Tinubu's certificate. Peter Obi will soon call Frâūđ to sympathize with him, Mike Asuquo. Popular Nigerian cartoonist has aired his view on the trending scenario surrounding the school certificates of the presidential candidate of the APC, Tinubu. It will be recalled that yesterday, People's Gazette reported that the former governor of Lagos State, in a sworn affidavit which was submitted alongside his presidential form to the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC), stated that his school certificates were looted when he went on an exile which spanned from 1994 to 1998. Reacting, Mr. Mike Asuquo took to his verified Facebook page and opined that the presidential candidate of Labour Party, Mr. Peter Obi, whom he referred to as Mr. Nice Man, will soon call Bola Tinubu to sympathize with him over the disappearance of his academic records. Wow, okay. Mr. Asuquo must have assumed that after Mr. Peter Obi expressed his support for the current travails of Senator Ike Ekweremadu in London, despite the fact that the former Deputy Senate President spoke against his presidential ambition. My family and I are with Ekweremadus over their travail, or with the Ekweremadus over their travail. We join all men of goodwill in praying for the healing of their daughter and commit them into God's hands for justice to be done. Okay. This is just very... It's just very sad. I mean, what kind of excuse is this? This is just inexcusable at all, and it's just so embarrassing. It's so embarrassing because it's like, how do you even let a candidate get to this level when from the beginning would he be given a job if he was... I don't understand. If he was going to apply for a normal job, it's so sad. It's so sad. Like, how can you even get to this level in the journey when from the beginning, oh wow, this is sad. It's sad, but it is not me, and it's not us good citizens of the world that will be given so much stress and heart attack over such issues, because we will choose not to be affected, because this really is mind-boggling and can literally drive one crazy. I mean, this is our futures we're talking about. It's so sad. I mean, again, given the low standards that we have, you'd even say those that have the degrees and those that have been to primary and secondary school, when they've been in power, what is the thing that they did, And it's like, for us to even raise such arguments, it's so sad. The bar is so low. It's actually, you can actually even cry. Like, it's enough for somebody to cry for how low the bar is. Imagine. Even you being a sales girl, you literally have, not to disrespect the job, but it's like, you'd even need more requirements to show you're fit for the job, which will require primary and secondary school. I don't even... It's sad. Very, very sad. Yes, it is a possibility that his primary and secondary school certificates were looted on exile. So you are telling me since 1998, the man did not bother. See, he did not... If they were looted, I don't understand. You go back to your school and they will reprint it. I don't see what the problem is. But as Ronald Mokri implied, or actually suggested, we don't go back to the schools. We go and track his classmates for them to actually prove, I mean, it's so sad. It's so sad. Even if they're looted, it just... please. There's no excuse. There is literally no excuse. Where do you want to go in this world that you would not have at least a secondary school certificate? Even if you don't have a university degree, doesn't matter. At least a secondary school certificate. And it's not a thing where he lacked education. He didn't lack it. So what is the excuse? He has no excuse. Tinubu is simply compounding his problems. Let's be logical in our reasoning. In 1999 and 2003, those documents were part of his particulars for the gubernatorial elections in Lagos State. If those documents were looted as claimed, why did he use them for gubernatorial election? Even his university education is controversial because he couldn't have attended University of Chicago and Chicago State University at the same time. genuinely, if you want to go look into this matter for yourself, just brace yourself, because the tears that are going, the incoming tears will be too much for you to handle. It is so sad. It is sad. It is embarrassing. And for the fact that he has come to this level, for the fact that, it's sad. Look at the kind of person that wants to rule Nigeria. This is sad. This is so sad. Like, someone says, I'm so sorry for the disappearance of your certificate, Mr. Tinubu. Why was he on self-exile? Let me actually search, because I don't understand. Let me actually search what self-exile means, because I read exiled by one's own. Okay, come on. Okay, it's self-explanatory, but like, what would have caused him to self-exile? It means he would have gone to a place where, yeah, that bit of history, I think, is something we also need to focus on. I think we need to ask him, why did you self-exile? And what were you doing during that time? Because why would you just self-exile? What caused the looting for that kind of information, or for that kind of certificate of, I guess, importance to be looted? I mean, these are questions we need to ask. We're focusing on the right and the wrong things. Why were you looted, sir? And why were you on a self-exile? It's like, did you do that to yourself before it was done to you, or what? These are questions that we need to ask, because things are getting very embarrassing. I mean, they just, I don't understand. Like, don't you see how you make the option for Peter B easier? You make it easy for the man to win. You make him look so good by how poorly you present yourself. It's very sad. So sad. Atiku is literally non-existent in these talks. Why? Because apparently this man is in Dubai living his best life. I mean, do your thing. You are of a retirable age, so live your life. I don't think applying for or vying for presidency is what you should be doing, but that's my personal opinion. Very shameful, very sad. It's the reality that we live in. Doesn't mean we should accept it, but it's the reality that we live in. Someone says, Pete is a nightmare to all the presidential aspirants now in Nigeria. It's not to all. There are only 3. Please, let's have things in context. And I think as much as, we talk about Tinubu, because there are times where he's had so many things that should have stopped him. So many odds. I mean, especially his health. We've seen in public where he's not able to hold a flag or walk, or has stripped, and makes us question how fit he is. Yet he's here. So as much as we have conversation about his certificates, the man has gotten this far. So it's like, should we even be talking about his certificates? I mean, what would guarantee or constitute for his disqualification? Would it be a certificate? I don't think so. But I say this to say that he's not someone we should underestimate and undermine just because he's made to look incompetent. That could be his tactic as well, to be underplayed, to be underestimated, and be seen as the underdog, because what would happen is he will shock all of us, and in this politics game, nothing is guaranteed. Put what you think, and do not forget to like and subscribe.